Hey guys, Boom here, Boom's Garage. We have the 1927 Touring Gal. This is Lucky. She's of the last of production run. She's in the final week of production from Model Ts. It's a very, very late number car. She's got matching numbers, which means her engine number matches her chassis number. That didn't happen until later on in Model T years, so if you have a very old one, you're not going to have something like that. But we have a matching numbers, last week of production, 27 touring car that's overheating. And let me tell you what's going on with it. Let's get into fixing it.
Okay, if you have water bubbling from your radiator cap or you're overheating, it could be two different problems. You may have your radiator overfull. This is the most common problem. Your radiator on your T only wants to be filled to the top of the fins of the radiator, not all the way up, but your radiator might be clogged up. So first things first, remove your bonnet, drain the water. Drain the water from the petcock. Don't be lazy, don't try to pull the rings off. Trying to pull the plug off and run your radiator fluid all over the yard, that's going to hurt your dog, other people's dogs. So turn the petcock. If it doesn't run out, put a copper wire in the petcock and clean it out. If it still doesn't come out, if it's too stopped up, you can pull the petcock off of the radiator. Just screw it off, clean it out. But most times the copper wire works. Just a regular copper wire. It's non-harsh. I like using copper. Next thing we're going to do is remove our hose clamps. Loosen them all the way up. Don't settle till you have them all the way loose. Get all four of them. Even though we're not going to remove the entire pipe, we're going to leave the radiator side on. It still gives it more wiggle room whenever you remove all four hose clamps, and then you can get a good wiggle in there, slide it back, and it pops loose. Just the inlet side from the motor, not the radiator side. You'll see why in a second. Now here we are just filling the car up with water. Fill the radiator up. It's going to start to fill up and it's going to push all that junk out. Nasty junk to begin with, scale and rust. A lot to begin with, but there's a lot still attached to the radiator and inside the head. So we're going to force water through there. We're going to trap water inside of the radiator and let it flush out. We're going to trap water inside of the head and let it flush out. This will show all of the different techniques and all of the different ways we're going to flow the water. In a minute, we will take in water hose and we'll put through the inlet neck pipe. And we'll push it back up through and create a reverse flow. Pushing it backwards, and then we'll turn it back around and push it back forward again. Just loosen that stuff up any which way we can. So here I'm forcing a rag into the outlet neck, and I'm going to trap all the water in the head and let it hold in the head while the remaining of the water forces out of the radiator. Then I'll reverse this trick, put the rag into the pipe and let it fill in through the radiator and hold in the radiator and flush out through the head. Here I'm just holding my hand over the flow, letting the radiator fill up with the water, and then it'll force it back out with one big rush. Again, just do it all different ways. Here I found a radiator leak. I knew I had a leak. I didn't know where it was coming from, but with all this flow, now I found it. It's coming from my hose pipe. It's the clamp. Somebody has taken it off and put it down too low, so I'm going to remove that in a little bit and move it up into the correct position. I'm glad I found that thing. Here we are just stuffing the bottom side of the radiator with the rag, letting the radiator fill up with water. It'll hold water, and then the rest of the water flushes out through the head. Now we're going to do the reverse flow I was talking about. We'll put the water hose into the radiator pipe at the bottom of the radiator, stuff a rag around it, and we'll let all of that water rush in through the bottom of the radiator, through the top of the radiator, and out the top into the head, and then flush back out through the top of the head. We're going to let this water run for 15 to 20 minutes. There's no minimum amount that you can do this, but there is a minimum amount that you can do it. I mean, you want to do it pretty good. So if you only do it for a few minutes, you probably didn't do it good enough. But you can do this as long as you want. It's not going to hurt anything. I like to do it for at least 15 to 20 minutes. I'll do the regular flow for about half that time and then reverse flow for about half that time. Now I'm just going to take time to fix that water leak. So I'm going to loosen that hose clamp up, move it back to the top of the hose where it's supposed to be, tighten it back down so it gets a good seal. All this while I'm letting my water run with a reverse flow for about 7 to 10 minutes. You guys be sure to check out my other videos. We fix all kind of stuff on my page. Follow and like for any more tips and tricks. We're just continuing to flow, let everything run out good. Heck, that water looks good, almost good enough to drink. More stop-up tricks. Just filling the head up, letting it rush out. Now we're back on the top of the radiator, just letting everything flow out normal. That is the actual procedure I like. We'll flow normal, get everything out, then reverse flow, and then flow normal again. If that isn't confusing enough. Look at all the gunk that came out of it. This is where I let it run out through the petcock, not all over my concrete for my animals to get into. That's the proper way to do it. Just catch that gunk. No wonder it was stopped up. Good clean water. Now it's time to put it all back together. This is another reason why we like to take it loose just in one spot. It's just a lot easier to get back on. Slide it back over the neck and push it up in place. Put your hose clamps back in place, tighten them up, then let the car dry. You're going to walk away from it for a little while until you know that it's good and dry before you come back and refill it.
Everything on there, good and tight, everything's dry. This is my last trick that I like to do. I don't want to run full blast water hose, turn it on about halfway, make sure you're not dripping it all over the car when you bring the water hose to it, and put the water in it slowly. Fill it up until you can see the water get to the top of the fins, and then stop. Don't fill it any further. But the biggest trade-off is you don't want to get it wet, because now you want to look for leaks. And if the whole car is wet, then it's hard to look for leaks. So we're going to fill it up to the proper amount, fill. We're going to put the cap on it. We're going to look for leaks. Then we're going to crank it up. We're going to let it run and pressurize up and look for leaks.
One thing I would like to add is you don't really want to put the radiator cleaners in there right now. If you just have a small problem, just try the flush, regular flush. And then after that, if it still don't work, you can put a mixture of 1/3 vinegar. Let vinegar soak for a few hours. But seriously, try to avoid the harsh chemicals of a radiator flush. Let that be your last ditch effort before you throw the radiator away. Water and vinegar usually works, and it's a lot less harmful to your 100-year-old radiator. I mean, you can always clean it a second or a third time, but if you earn it, well, you're left with one other option. Got to buy you a new one now. I don't think any of us want that. Right here, we're just getting down in there real good, making sure we're looking at all the joints, all the weld joints, all the connections, bottom of the radiator, top of the radiator, the engine, the head. Just look for everything. There's water runs all over that thing. Make sure it's dry, and you want to start this after it's dry. I didn't go right back out there. I waited for a little while and let it dry, and then went out there to do this. That's a pretty important part.
Alright guys, I hope that helped. Last thing to do is just clean it up. Get all them handprints and that nasty junky water off of it that got stains all over it. So we're going to clean it back up, put the bonnet back on it, drive it around a little bit, but not much, because there's one last step. We're going to come back and we're going to check our oil, because we did have so much pressure and water running through this system that if there's a problem anywhere, and water may have gotten into my engine, I want to be able to find that sooner rather than later. So best way to do that, just come back after you crank it, run it for just a second, turn it back off, hit that bottom petcock, let it drain you out a couple ounces of oil, and just really look at it. Make sure it's not milky. Make sure you don't have any water in it. Hopefully it's not. If it does, you need to fix it, but hopefully it won't. Again, hope this helps. Boom.
Be sure to follow for more tips and tricks. That's the last step here, other than checking your oil. Be sure to check your oil. You may not have a problem. You may not know you have a problem until you did this right here. Just clean it up good. Again, I hope this helps. We have a lot of other videos out here. I have another video that's showing what to do if you just have a stubborn stopped up radiator and you have to remove the radiator. I also had that same video where changing the commuter and checking the wiring diagram and checking the proper firing order, making sure the retarder lever is bent correctly. So we have all that in another video if you want to check it out. We took a lot more time and precaution in cleaning that radiator. In that one, I actually soaked vinegar in it. We don't want to use any harsh chemicals, not unless we have to. But I go over all of that in the other videos. So if you have a stubborn, clogged up radiator, you may want to check that video out. It's the 1922 American La France Model T fire truck. It's pretty cool. Check it out. Hope it helps. Boom.